On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have never left California.
This Bronsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised that the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Mush! Oh, yeah, baby! It's time, and we are back at it. Good morning! Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and we are presented by BetUS.com. Hey, sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sports book is back and in their 30th year of action with live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds, boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service. They got it all. And when you sign up and use the code SNOWMAN, that's me, you will get a 125% deposit match on your initial deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Hey, you want to be a sponsor of this here program? Drop a call to 919-247-3622 or an email to snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com. Sorry I'm late. Let's get to the whip around. Presented by Fanatics. And we start with a little Wemby mania as he was yelling in celebration, punching the air, and even got a Band-Aid on his right cheek because of some physicality. The number one pick in this year's draft looks more like himself in his second game. He finished with 27 points and 12 rebounds, but as the reality goes for Mr. Wembanyama, his Spurs took a mighty big to the tune of 85-80 to the Portland Trail Blazers, who are going through a transition themselves. Kansas City Royals pitcher Ryan Yarbrough is returning to the mound. He returned to the mound Sunday in his first major league game since the left-hander was hit in the face with a line drive 2 months ago. He was activated from the 60-day injured list before the series finale, the team's last game before the All-Star break. The 31-year-old Yarbrough suffered multiple fractures around his eye when he was hit with a smash by Oakland's Ryan Noda on May 7th. The ball ricocheted off Yarbrough into Royals All-Star catcher Salvador Perez, who threw Noda out at first base. That is scary to be hit by that hard of a line drive, but everything went well, and Mr. Yarbrough, for you, continued success in getting back on the mound, my friend. Javonte Williams of the Denver Broncos feels like he's ready to go. The plan is for him to be cleared at the start of training camp to participate in at least some practices after the team's veteran players report on July 25th. Asked Sunday at a football camp he hosted with Pat Surtain if he would be medically cleared for training camp, Williams said, quote, "I mean, that's the plan. I feel like I'm ready to go," close quote. Williams, who was the second-round draft pick by the Broncos in 2021 and made the league's all-rookie team last season, suffered a torn ACL and LCL in his right knee in the Broncos' October 2nd loss to the Los Angeles Raiders, and has continued to work with the team's training staff as well as strength and conditioning staff in recent weeks. Well, Mr. Javonte Williams, much success to you in looking to get back on the field. The Detroit Tigers made history as they pitched their first combined no-hitter at Comerica Park on Saturday, beating the Blue Jays 2-0. Matt Manning, Jason Foley, and Alex Lang joined forces for the franchise's 9th no-hitter, first combined. It's the 20th combined no-hitter in Major League Baseball history. Manning grabbed his 3rd win of the year after pitching 6 2/3 innings with 5 strikeouts. Let me pose a question, and I'll tease it here, and I'll have Deets on later to talk about this later on in the week. Is a combined no-hitter still a no-hitter? I'm old school, so I got to say no. And DeMaurice Smith wants to axe the NFL's Rooney Rule. There is a flawed plan where DeMaurice Smith offers 12 solutions to better the hiring process and make it more equitable. Improve the system of hiring and retention. Get rid of the rules that require coaches to get permission from owners on their current team to apply for future jobs. Use an outside firm to audit the hiring process of teams. Develop job descriptions for all key positions such as CEO, general manager, and head coach. You know what? I'm going to save that for this afternoon, and I want y'all to think about what DeMaurice Smith said or is trying to say. And finally, Brittney Griner has her first dunk of the season in a Mercury win over the Los Angeles Sparks. And that concludes our whip around for this morning. In a couple of minutes, Chris Paul is officially introduced as a Golden State Warrior. This frightens me. I'll explain when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
CSTV will air the Big Three, and I'll call the doggone games. Ice Cube, bring your show out west, and we'll handle it. I am making a public plea right now. You want some fair coverage? CSTV will air your games, all of them, and I'll call as many as I can. We'll do a simulcast, television and radio. It's an area I know best. Television and radio. And yeah, I'm putting it all the way out there. So you know what, Ice Cube? I'll make this plea right now. Me, a small-time YouTuber, a small-time broadcaster, according to a lot of people, which I don't listen to, put your games on CSTV. Put your games on CSTV. Give us a little funding, and we'll do the rest.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-973-6121.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
And welcome back to Snowman in the Morning on this Manic Monday edition. Cole Johnson will be along for hour 2. Want to say hello to the folks watching on BS3 TV and all points in Texas and South and Southwest, and to all the folks watching on CSTV based out of Reno, Nevada, and all points west. And also welcome to those of you that are watching on YouTube. If you haven't done so and you're a fan of YouTube, please subscribe to the channel Snowman Multimedia. Like the video, share the video. Let's get up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube before Labor Day. That's the mission right now. Let's hit 1,000 subs before Labor Day because my channel got recently monetized and really want to take advantage of it. As Dr. K said to me, now the work really begins, and you have to mention for people to like and subscribe every time that you're on the air. So that's what I'm doing. Like and subscribe and share the video. And the drive is on toward 1,000 subscribers before Labor Day. To the Fanatics Feedback Zone we go. And the big dog, Shane Lake, my super producer, is in the building. And he will be more involved with the show very, very, very soon. I'm counting on you, Shane. I am counting on you. Victor Locke says, good morning. I'm in the office, but I'm on cloud 9 listening to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. You are most kind, sir. You are most kind. The Hog TV is with us. Good morning to you. Shane Lake one more time. William Byron is looking like a real title threat after scoring his 4th win of the season in a rain-shortened Quaker State 400 from Atlanta last night. Rain called the race 75 laps short. And, you know, with weather being involved, don't blame him. You don't want any more injuries than what you have to have. NBA Summer League says Hall TV. Darian Hopkins joining us this morning. Good morning to you. And let me do this for Darian. Darian Hopkins is running into some equipment problems. He's a broadcaster. He's a YouTube internet broadcaster. And myself, Chris Dietz, Sensei Drew Willingham, and a couple of others have recently run into equipment problems, and we need y'all. We need your help. All right. So I sent a message to Darian saying that I want to help, and I do want to help as much as I can. For those of you watching, look at the top of the screen. If you can donate anything via Cash App to help the broadcaster cause, it would be much, much appreciated. Drop a Cash App if you can and donate to the cause. $host Cole Johnson for Cole, and $tallman Dr. K 50, because we want to help. We want to help. Darian, I got your Darren, I got your problem, but I got your message. I read your message, and it's a problem that I will do my best to try to solve. Wise El Jefe, number 420 himself from the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Another fabulous show y'all need to check out. Says, good morning, everyone. Victor greets him. And the big dog Shane Lake says, Snowman, you know me. As soon as things get settled, you know my headset's ready to roll. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, because Cole is my executive producer. We got Shane Lake behind the scenes as well. And let me see if I can get Darian up here. Darian, if I drop you the link, can you come up for a few minutes? Because I want to introduce him to my audience, which is growing. I know he has a bigger audience than I, but if any of his fans are watching, I want to help. I mean that. Like I said, for me, for Darren, for D-Hop, for Dietz, Shane Lake, my super producer, Cole Johnson, Sensei Drew Willingham, we all need your help right now. Darian says, I appreciate the support, man. I got so much love yesterday. I still need some things, but people did help. But thank you for everything. I still want to help, man. I still want to help. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you watching, the chat link I'm gonna drop is for Darian Hopkins only, because I'm gonna get him up here. I want to get him up here for a few minutes because I know what he's going through, and I know what he's been through. And this normal segment was supposed to be about Chris Paul and his introduction to the Golden State Warriors, but I'm going to flip this a little bit, and I want to get Darian up here to chat for a few minutes. And while I wait for him to come up, I will talk about Chris Paul. He worked out with new teammate Stephen Curry in Atlanta on Sunday morning before traveling to Las Vegas. His assessment of the session, they didn't miss too many shots. Apparently, evidently Chris Paul's time with the Golden State Warriors is off to a flying start. The veteran point guard revealed more than a few things in his first official interview session as a member of the Warriors. He isn't ready to concede that he's no longer a starter. He doesn't expect this to be his final season as a player, and he gleans the same joy from the game now as he did when he was a kid. That first point right there scares me. He isn't ready to concede that he's no longer a starter. Here's the problem with this. I think he's not going to be a starter because you have the Splash Brothers. But at the same time, you might have a chance where just say Steph Curry gets injured. In the last couple of years, he's had to deal with a lot of injuries. You got a veteran point guard in Chris Paul, and now I believe for the first time in a while, I believe he's in the right system. I believe that Chris Paul is in the right system, and I think I got D-Hop here. We're going to talk for a little bit. Darian, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I apologize I can't be cammed up as of right now, but good morning to you.
Hey, how you doing, man? How you hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. It's just like one thing after another. It's just like I can't catch a darn break. But so basically yesterday, I mind you, like I was technically I kind of took the weekend off. I went to go see my god boys and stuff like that. I went to go see my godsons and stuff like that. And I wasn't even on the computer at all. Computer was like laptop was shut down and everything.
Right.
And came home. I got home kind of late. We was eating seafood, having a few drinks, But we was like not having no like heavy drink. We were just having like some wine or something. But yeah, I tried to turn it on to try to do I wanted to do WNBA and I wanted to do the USA versus Canada game for the Women's FIBA World Cup, or the World FIBA World Classic, or I guess what they called it. But it just would not come on. It just would not come on. It actually tapped out on me. And the thing about it is I already had an issue in itself because my battery was so old that HP does not even sell it anymore. So I was using my computer without the battery and had to keep it plugged up at all times. So my father thinks it was from the storm that we had. Because we had a real bad severe storm over here in Pennsylvania. Yeah. And he thinks it's from the whatever the lightning struck. It was like my mom was telling me it was like a big lightning strike or something of that nature. And I really think it came from that. But the blessings of God and my father wanted to finance me a gaming desktop, because gaming desktops are powerful for live streaming. Right. And we looked up one on Walmart, and they had the Victus 5L gaming laptop. And we financed that, but still everything else. I might knowing that we financed it, my dad didn't have the money to put the money down. So I want to shout out my best friend China. I want to shout out to my co-hosts over at NBR at Nothing But Raiders podcast, and shout out to everybody that actually reached out to me personally. If they couldn't do something for me, they reached out to me. So even the thing about this, only thing is about this, bro, it was I already had a monitor, but I never had a tower. So all we had to do was get the tower, and they shout out to the Nothing But Raiders podcast co-host Leo and Chris, and shout out to my best friend China for helping me get the money to put the money down to go get it. And by the grace of God, that was the last one in Walmart.
Good. Good. So when do you think you'll be back on air, bro?
Honestly, the only thing I probably need is PC speakers because I forgot this thing does not have built-in speakers. I seen that trying to work on it, but the guys want to go on today, so hopefully I should be on today. I'm still learning and trying to get everything back as far as my graphics, my videos. Thank you to Fiverr and thank you to Place It that they save onto their website, so I'm able to all download that. My software that I use, all I had to do was download it and put the product key back in because I already bought it. Thank God to that. So StreamYard is back up. And I just gotta re-download everything, and now I'm gonna put everything on an external hard drive. So as of right now, I just need PC speakers and I'm ready to go. I mean, I can hear everything through my headphones, but I know when I want to do my audio. Sometimes when you edit your audio, you want to hear it in your headphones, but you want to hear it on your speakers as well out loud to see how it sounds. So that's the only thing that I'm completely missing at this point. But it was really stressful. I was like, yo, like what is going on about a race of people that when you find genuine people around you in this community or people that's not in this community, because my best friend don't know nothing about sports. She just likes Jason Tatum because he's cute. So when it comes to that, it's just like she knows what I do, 24/7. Every time we talk on the phone, I'm on a computer doing something, doing a thumbnail or try to do a video. Like she sees what I do, so she invested. So
yeah, that is wonderful. And is it 5:30 that you're on this afternoon?
Technically like 5:45 because one of my co-hosts is be stuck in traffic because he gets off at 5:00.
Gotcha.
So I give him like that 15-minute grace period. So we usually go on at 5:45.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, I'm so happy for you, man. And I mean what I said. Whatever, if you need anything else, you let me know because I'm gonna try to get you some extra help because I know you and my buddy Chris Dietz and quite a few others, have run into problems like that. So I want to help as much as I can. And as I mentioned at the top of this segment, do me a favor, y'all. It's not just for me. It's for Darian. It's for Chris Dietz. It's for Shane Lake, my super producer. And it's like a whole bunch of us broadcasters that at one time or another, or currently in this case with Darian and myself, we run into problems with equipment. So I want to start a fund to help different broadcasters with that. So if anybody can donate to the cause, it would be appreciated. Darian Hopkins of the Darian Hopkins Sports Show joining me this morning. Man, I am so happy for you that you got the help that you needed. And I can't wait to see you at 5:45 this afternoon. I will be tuned in.
Absolutely, man. And just to reply to Stuck in My Mind podcast, I'm actually in Philadelphia. I'm actually in the city. So I'm in Philadelphia, and thank you to everybody who have subscribed to the channel. I know I have been busting out YouTube shorts more than anything, but we back to the Darian Hopkins Show. We're going to break it down to 3 times a week instead of 5 times a week because I still have the Nothing But Raiders podcast I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And later on, we will be doing the crew will be doing the home run derby tonight at 8:00. So if y'all want to come through for that, y'all can come check out the crew. I probably will be on for a little bit because I mean I'm still trying to learn baseball, but I'll watch the home run derby for a little bit. So
we lost him. Doggone it. We lost him. Well, that was Darian Hopkins. And for those who were kind enough to donate to his cause, thank you. And if you're kind enough to donate to this cause, to help Darian and myself and Shane Lake and quite a few others out, it's really, really appreciated. We got him back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When you on the phone and you close out. That's what happens, man. So
that's what happens.
Like I said, anytime you want to, come on the show, just let me know, and we'll definitely have you on. I know we can get a little bit heated with certain topics on our show, but Well, because I know I could be more of a personality as well, and I can, try to get people wild up. But if you ever want to come on the show and talk whatever you want to talk, or we could do a separate show of just me and you. You could come on my show, I could come on yours, and we could work something out.
Done. Absolutely done. That's Darian Hopkins of the Darian Hopkins Sports Show joining me this morning. Thank you to all who donate to his cause. We're going to continue to donate to his cause. I have to take an extended break, but when I get back, I promise I will have Ryan McCarthy on the program, and Lord only knows what's going to be on his mind as well. You are listening to and watching Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, live on BS3 TV, on CSTV and YouTube, and you're listening live on WIRU-DB in Chicago, as well as WQEE 99.1 FM in Atlanta, WLEO 26.7 in Baltimore, and our flagship station, Snowman Multimedia Sports, aka SM Sports. We're back in a few minutes with Ryan McCarthy. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
What do you get when you watch or listen to the Life Happens podcast? Well, I'll let them tell you.
Kim and I are both ministers of the gospel, and what Life Happens podcast is a beautiful balance by simply taking our spirituality with real life and merging it together to create a beautiful balance. And that's what we do.
BS3 Network proudly presents Life Happens podcast, where Christianity and life intersect. Live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
PK Tire Pros, your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
Because we take this job so serious.
The f*** is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
I keep pushing the wrong damn button. Hold on. I pushed the wrong button. I'm sorry about that. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson on this Manic Monday edition. Ryan McCarthy in just a second. But want to tell you guys about Recruiting Giants. Their mission is to connect exceptional talent with exceptional companies. They strive to provide innovative and tailored staffing solutions to help organizations build successful teams. By leveraging our expertise and extensive network of industry professionals, we aim to drive growth, foster long-term partnerships, and positively impact the success of both our clients and our candidates. We are dedicated to delivering exceptional service, exceeding expectations, and becoming the preferred staffing partner for businesses looking for top talent. For more information, email my buddy Mark Zanetto at info@recruitinggiants.com or give him a call at 336-587-3659. Recruiting Giants, where talent meets opportunity. And speaking of opportunity, if I can find the right button here. Speaking of opportunity, we're going to sip some coffee. This coffee with McCarthy is sponsored by Steph Curry Cognac. One, and it's lights out.
Right.
is incredible.
And here he is via the Invader Coffee guest line, the one, the only Ryan McCarthy, aka Ryan McCarthy. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
I thought you were going to say, speaking of recruiting giants, here's Ryan McCarthy. But I'm slimming down these days, so I'm not so much of a giant anymore. So
I love it. I love it. Doesn't it feel good though?
It does. It does.
Good. Hey,
Yeah,
I've been there.
getting in a healthier state just feels
Yep.
just feels better. Whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally,
Mhm.
it's all good.
Yeah, it all works. I've been where you've been. I weighed over 500 pounds once upon a time.
My heaviest was 338.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I didn't get to that level of
Good. I never want. I don't want anybody to get to the level where I was just so in the dumps and just letting everything go that I got that heavy.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, when I was 338, I was still working out regularly. I was lifting weights and I was doing cardio. I just couldn't drop the weight. And then my sister, she's my inspiration for all this. She saw a doctor. She's been losing a lot. She's been on her own personal weight loss journey too. And she got me to see this doctor who's kind of turned everything around metabolically. So
Good.
I give her full credit. Love you, Shan. Give her full credit for helping me turn the right direction. But did you ever see? Are you familiar with the comedian Gabriel Iglesias?
Fluffy. Yes, I am.
Fluffy! Yeah, you were at the level. You were at damn. You were at hell no.
I was at level 6.
You're not going to be on the elevator.
I was at level 6 when they. Oh hell no! I was there.
No.
I was there. I got to damn, and then oh hell no! Back in the 2010s.
Mhm.
All right, I'm glad to be away from both of those levels right now.
You're now. I think both of us are kind of in between healthy and husky.
Yes. Yes. And I love it.
Which is funny because that's the size I wore when I was a kid. Hi, Mom and Dad.
What's on tap first of all, what's the brew? What's the brew you got this morning?
I actually got some Cafe Bustelo. I got the Colombian blend.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little inspiration from Alberto B. Wise. What's up, Wise?
Hey,
I got my best buddy
same
next
here.
to me. He's just waking up. Hi, bud.
There's old tag along. There's old tag along.
Oh yeah.
Well, I got a little Bustelo myself over the weekend. The thing with me that I found out, my intake has got to be smaller, or it'll send my stomach sideways. I can have. I called my doctor. He said you can drink coffee because 2 cups of coffee be good for you, but they have to be cup size. They can't be this size.
They can't be this size.
Right. I can't do that either. So I can have like 2 8 to 10 ounce cups, and I'll be good there, which is what I did this morning. I had one 10 ounce cup. It was great, and I'm feeling good. And the other thing is timing. It was timing for me, because one of the rules that I wrote down here in my notebook is that I can't eat or drink any coffee 2 hours prior to broadcast. So I got up early. I got a workout in. I got in my breakfast before I saw Jody off to work, and feeling good, man. Feeling absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, you sound great too. You sound better than you were last week. So
yeah, I was worn out. Last week. Didn't realize how worn out I was.
It was all that vacationing. It's all that vacationing, man.
Look, recovering from vacation is something else. Okay. Recovering from vacation is something else.
That's absolutely true, because whenever I go to the Outer Banks and come back from North Carolina, the next week I'm just dragging.
Yeah,
it's a lot of travel. It's a lot of travel.
We both were dragging. We both were dragging the drive to Missouri, getting checked in at Branson, all the stuff that we had planned. I'll tell you what, couple nights we had shows planned. We had planned to go to a show the first night we got there. I looked at Jody and she looked at me and she said, "Do you really want to go to this magic show?" I said, "Babe, can I be honest?" And she starts laughing. She says, "You better." I said, "Hell no, I don't want to go. I'm tired." And she looked at me and she says, "Good. Let's go to bed and let's go to sleep."
Yeah,
You're on.
That was me the night we got to North Carolina. This past time we went to North Carolina back in summer 22. My sister and I, we left here from our house at about 11:45 p.m. Got to the house around between 12:30 and 1, and we had driven all night. We had driven through New Jersey, we drove through Delaware, we drove through Maryland, through Virginia, and we arrived in North Carolina. And I had been up. I'm not a good sleeper on the road. I don't sleep. I don't sleep when I'm traveling. I don't sleep in cars. I don't sleep in trains. I don't sleep in airplanes. I don't sleep, period.
Right.
I don't know why. It's just a thing with me.
Right.
So we got to the house. We had ordered some dinner. I'd eaten dinner. I'm just thinking to myself, all right, I'm just gonna go to my room in the house we rented and just lay down for a bit. 3 hours later, it's 9 o'clock. I look at my cell phone and go, where'd the time go?
Exactly.
Did I travel on time? Did I do some time traveling? Like, apparently not. I put on a playlist of Mikey Chen, and it is gone.
Out.
Next thing, when I started watching, he was in Thailand, and the next thing I know, he's in Taiwan.
Oh Lord.
Or Vietnam or wherever he was, but
yeah,
it was.
Oh, that definitely was us when we got to Branson, Missouri. We got to Branson, Missouri. Finally got checked in. She says, "You want to go to the hotel and lay down for a while?" Hell yes. we drove to the hotel. We got fully checked in. They were showing us where the restaurant was and everything. We went down, had dinner, went back upstairs, and that's when she said, "You want to go see this magic show?" "No, I don't want to do anything. I just want to go to bed." We zonked out. She put on an audiobook, and Jody, baby, I love you. She got me hooked on audiobooks when we first met.
Yeah, audiobooks is the way to go.
She got me hooked on audiobooks. Now I have an account on my phone. I got one. I got the same account on my tablet, and I got the same account here on my computer. So whenever I'm editing something, I got an audiobook going somewhere. She put an audiobook on, and for those of you who listen to Audible, and for those of you who are really invested in audiobooks and Audible, like Jody and I are, when you're really tired, put one of those on and see how long it'll take you to zonk out. Because it gets to times where we are so tired, she'll say, "Let's put an audiobook on and zonk out." No problem. We get ready for bed, and all we have to hear is, "This is Audible."
This is Audible.
And out. And
by the way, if you're the guy who voiced the "This is Audible" and you've been listening to thank you for listening to this Audible product. I really hope you went for the stock option as opposed to a cash out when you started with Audible, because you would be a rich man right now if you took the stock option as opposed to the cash out.
Well, I'm working on voicing a couple of audiobooks because I had one offered to me, and then I'm going to voice my own. The title is going to be From Homeless to Hug.
Speaking of invaders,
the one and only Cole Johnson is with us.
From Homeless to Hell.
He wouldn't let me complete. He knows the title and wouldn't let me complete it, and he pushed that.
Yeah, I know the title.
You know what?
I know the title too.
You know what? The bet when Cole was off camera. Speaking of Cole's antics, Cole's off camera. We were talking, and then all of a sudden Ryan goes, "Do you want to know how I became a Jets fan?" brought out the Fighting Irish in McCarthy when he did that.
Darn you, Cole Johnson.
Yes.
That was hilarious. Oh gosh, that was hilarious.
And you timed it perfectly, partner.
You did.
You timed it perfectly as
I'm gonna get him.
When
got him.
When he's on. Wait a minute.
I got
Wait a
him.
minute. Victor said it best. Victor said it best. When Cole is off camera, he's cooking.
He's cooking.
All right, he's cooking something up. And
we mean stove cooking, not shed cooking. That's a totally different cooking.
Totally different. Totally different. How many times, folks, in the chat and here on the panel, how many times have we began a question or began a thought and then Cole Johnson just pops in and then just presses either that button or some other button that just
or go off the rails?
Yes.
I came this close to pushing off the rails. Hello to you, Darian. You did a wonderful job in spite of the segment 2 that I had planned. So I came this close. To pushing off the rails. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And then you talked about your audio book. I was like, oh, perfect.
Listen, I stayed on task somewhat with the Chris Paul story. I have to say somewhat because I wanted to get that plea in for Darian and for others. So that was
and don't misunderstand me. I'm glad that when Brian does what he does, because he has a giving heart, and so because of that, I don't mind it. It's just
right.
I just like to needle a little bit.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun when Cole does, because this is why we call Cole the evil genius,
the mad scientist.
The mad scientist. I was on Dan Levely's show Saturday, and the first thing he brought up was Braun's sexual confession. the first thing he brought
Did he have
up
one himself?
And he said, "Not yet."
Oh, Lord. Yeah, because I know he's a Lakers fan, but I heard he does not like.
No. And you know what's bad? I nearly pushed the button and let him have it.
You was about to let him get a takeoff.
I was about to let him get one, but he said that it's so hilarious when we do that. I said, look, that's the brainchild of Cole Johnson. I just asked to borrow it, and since I have, when we brought it to this show, it has morphed into the Braun Sexual Hour. Especially when the pastor shows up and when Ray Ray shows up.
By the way, everybody, if you haven't found Ray Ray yet, please call 1-800-YO-KANG. Press option 2. For his if you have any ideas about his whereabouts? If you've seen him walking around disheveled, if you've seen him on the street begging for his Kang to come back, please call 1-800-YO-KANG. Push option 2.
This moment of Braun's sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic Bronsexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Ray LJPM, now approve all this. Wait. What is with the appeal of Yo Kang? I still don't get it.
You said it.
How you say it?
You said it. That's exactly what the appeal is. It's how you say it. You know Mr. Johnson, you know the cardinal rule. Wait a minute. It's not. Wait a minute. Cole, you know the cardinal rule of this. It's not what you say, but how you say it.
Say it, yeah.
And when you say "Yo Kang," it sets everybody off into a fit of giggles.
Because I just channel the giddiness of homosexuals when I think that.
And now I can't sing a song in church with the word "king" in it. in the back of my head, gang.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know what's bad? Ryan told me about a time where he went on a retreat and he was setting up the slides, and every time he would see the word king, Ray would pop into his head and he'd start chuckling.
Oh Lord.
Cole Johnson.
Wait a minute.
Gangs of Oriental.
I'll never be able to think of that word in a biblical sense ever again.
Never.
You can't.
Gosh.
Listen, folks. You can't think of the word.
Wrong king. It's the wrong king.
Oh gosh.
Can we get the hooked on Bronix again, please? Can we get that again, please?
Do it. Push the button.
Wrong.
Push the button.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. LJPN. Now approve all this.
Listen, Victor sent me that in a text on a Friday. I'll never forget. I was driving to get dinner for me and Jody. Victor sent me that in a text, and I nearly wrecked because
great text. I love
that
what Victor did.
because of that. And I can see Victor with this evil smile on his face when I'm dying laughing. And Victor says, "Find the lie within that commercial."
Can't.
I pulled. I was going to Burger King. I'll never forget. I was going to Burger King. I pulled over, sat in the parking lot, and laughed for 10 minutes. I got out of my car, hanging onto the driver's side of the car, laughing for 10 minutes. And then Victor gets his evil smile, and all I hear him say is, "Are you okay?" Shut up, Victor. To the point where I called him on the way back.
Brian?
I called Victor on the way back, and in joking fashion, I said some very unsavory words, and Victor is now a puddle of laughter. And he said, "Isn't that how they think?" And moreover, there you go, Victor. He said, "What you mean? Don't give me that what you mean." I'm like, don't give me that what you mean. You know what you did, damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan McCarthy joining us as he does every Monday. One of the few times there's not a subject on the table, but several subjects on the table. And if y'all want to see different,
you are a treasure and a half, Ryan. Thank you, brother.
You want to see the different face. You want to see the different faces of Ryan McCarthy this season. Pay attention to the Jets, and that's all I'll say.
You ain't gonna lie about that.
The different faces of McCarthy will pop out this season with the Jets. I know you're excited about the Jets, and you were feeling good because the Aaron Rodgers deal got done. But it's July. All I'm saying is, wait for the other shoe to drop.
Look, I have a term as a Jets fan called excitable dread.
Wow.
Let me explain. What that is.
Dread?
He said excitable dread.
Wow. Well, go ahead and explain excitable dread.
Let me explain the origins of excitable dread.
Here's content gold, folks.
I was actually in church one day.
Oh no! That's where it started.
That's where the thought came into my head. All right. So I'm at church, and the Jets are going to play that. The Jets are scheduled to play that day.
That afternoon.
And I'm feeling a sense of excitement because it's another week. It's a fresh week.
Yes.
Let's find out what's going to happen. But I also have this sense of dread because I know what's going to happen. Hence the term excitable dread.
Yeah. Excited to see a game, but hating the fact you probably will see yet another.
You are correct, sir.
That is how I feel about the Texans. So I'm with you on that, sir.
Let's make that into a T-shirt with different fonts for different teams.
I felt that way for a while about my 49ers when they were switching coaches like every couple of years, and then Kyle Shanahan shows up and been good since then. We got to get Ryan a shirt printed called Excitable Dread.
I'm working on it. I'm working on one.
The one radio host that has so much excitable dread for his Jets is not even funny is, of course, the legendary Joe Beningo from WFAN.
Oh, the pain!
When you hear Beningo go off, let me use Cole's words. When you hear Joe Beningo and Evan Roberts go off about the New York Jets, or on September 3rd, 2019, the New York Mets, after they choked a 6-run lead. Man, Jody and I were driving to North Carolina, and we had 2 different vehicles, and I heard Joe Beningo go off about the Nationals' comeback against the Mets, and I'm dying. And I'm saying to myself, I'm glad she's not in the car with me because she wouldn't understand, because she's not a big sports nerd like I. She loves football. But she caught a Jets rant, looked at me. Well, I played an old Jets rant. She caught that, looked at me, and said, that's how I feel sometimes about my Colts, and walked off.
It's a similar feeling for any fan base. For any fan base.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No matter which franchise it is, save for the Patriots, but their time's coming.
Yeah, it is, because they will go 3-14 this year. I'm sorry,
Ooh.
Wow, man, that's cold. That's dark. Wow,
that is dark.
Who are we talking about?
The darkest timeline's coming for the Patriots.
I know that makes Ryan happy, but good God, that's dark.
And it starts this. Before we go to break and let Ryan out of here. You know what I want? I want the New York Jets to be fully healthy, to be fully invested,
to finally beat the Patriots.
Both times, I don't want them to beat the Patriots. I want them to pulverize the Patriots.
Well, one step at a time. At least be on the winning end of a Patriots.
I want to give.
They haven't done one since it has happened since 2015.
Let me do this.
Yep.
I want the New York Jets to deliver 2
Tiger uppercut
to the Patriots.
Your mouth to God's ears.
Yes. That's Ryan McCarthy joining us courtesy of the Invader Coffee Hotline. Go to invadercoffee.com, use the code Snowman, and you get 15% off your first order. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Awesome,
we took last week off from North Credentials Required. We're going to come back tonight. We're going to review Moneyball. We're going to do some sports debate about the 5 best athletes who did not play on your team. And we're going to do some questions for humans cards again. So tune in, 8 p.m. on our YouTube channel.
All right. Can't wait for it, man. Thank you.
Tonight,
thanks, guys.
8 Eastern, 7 Central. No credits required.
The Lucy right here. There's a Winnie Pooh right here. And we got about 3 minutes. So here, come here, Winnie. I have to deal with this one. I got to deal with another 4-legged critter under me that's begging to go out right now. So let's take 3 minutes. I'll take care of the aminals, and we'll be back with the second hour of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Where did the time go? done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you talk, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
He was only 58 years old when he passed away. That outcome could have been different.
Colorado happens to be one of the worst states for radon levels.
It's in our ground, and it seeps up.
The more you breathe radon, the more chance you have of DNA being hit and the cell mutated. The EPA estimates 22,000 lung cancer deaths a year caused by radon.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCarthy now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his third year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2 was El Jefe.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now.
And now batting, the man making a Monday appearance. Happy that Giancarlo Esposito statted it 2 home runs on Saturday. Number 420, Wise El Jefe. Number 420.
What?
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Chilling.
Cool. So what? I'm sorry. And welcome back from animal duty.
Animal.
That's how he calls it.
Animal.
Aminal.
All right. We've been butchering the English language now. But
that's
in the morning,
purposeful.
so that's not new.
And that's purposeful because that's a purposely butchered word that my wife and I use when we're taking care of the furry animals here around the house.
And Victor greets you as he always does. He says, "In the name of the lawman, the outlaw, and the holy bizarro, it is wise el jefe."
What's up, V-Lock?
Oh man. Oh, and let me answer this question before we continue. The Playmaker, he says, "Where's the tennis coverage?" Okay, Wimbledon is in week 2. Enjoy the festivities there because we really don't care about the tournament until we get to the semifinal round. I think that takes care of it.
I ain't a real big tennis fan anyway, so.
You know, my first favorite tennis player was Jimmy Connors. And then I saw the rivalry with he and John McEnroe.
Yeah.
Andre Agassi was mine.
Yeah, we were all kids then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we became young adults, Andre Agassi came upon the scene.
Yeah, I'm more of an Andre Agassi guy.
Mom would have
macros from New York.
Yep. Mom would have Wimbledon. I can't talk this morning. Mom would have Wimbledon on Saturday mornings, like you said, Cole, for the semifinals and the championship.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm going, who the hell are these people? Then, like I said, my first favorite tennis rivalry was Connors and McEnroe. And then on the ladies' side, it was Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert, or Evert. I keep saying it. And
when we were so young at the time. She was married, and so it was Everett Lloyd,
Chris Everett Lloyd. Yep.
But yeah, and I mean, it was almost a given.
Yeah.
Every first or second Saturday in July, especially at my grandmother's house, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, from about 8 to noon, or 9 to 1 in the Eastern time zone.
It was Wimbledon.
It was Wimbledon,
and it was on NBC.
Yeah, it was on NBC. Which
NBC had the best coverage of Wimbledon.
I agree.
On the think about how tennis was. Wimbledon was on NBC, and the U.S. Open was always on CBS. Labor Day weekend, or the first couple weekends in September in New York.
Yeah, where it would overlap with the start of the NFL season. Yeah,
yeah. You see a game, and then you see the U.S. Open, and I kind of got hooked on that.
Yeah, I did too.
I kind of got hooked on that. Speaking of hooks, there is something that's making my blood boil. Because an ex-Northwest, and I'm going to expand on this story later this afternoon. Now, I say this with this prejudice and this prejudice only. All of the facts have not come out. Only the story through the account of an ex-player has come out. So as much as I want to weigh in on this, it wouldn't be fair to do this, to pass full judgment without all the facts coming out. So that's what I'm waiting on. But Pat Fitzgerald is embroiled in a controversy, and the next Northwestern player says Pat Fitzgerald failed by not stopping hazing. Here's the problem I have with that, and I just said it a moment ago. Where are the facts to this?
Before you continue.
Yes, sir.
And Florida did very well, Playmaker. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Now.
In what?
And now I've done my job for the day. I'm sorry.
And I've done mine. and I've done mine.
What sucks about this is Northwestern was about to just sports wise really get their big boy pants on. I mean, they've started to have more regular success in football. They now are having a new football stadium being built.
Yep.
The basketball team made it to the big time tournament this past year
for the second time ever.
Yeah. So you're getting this momentum in the program, and then this happens.
You know what? I smell a rat. I'm gonna say, and I'm not saying this just from the heart. I'm saying how I'm saying this from how the story is suddenly developing. It's coming out piece by piece, but the problem is there are no facts on the table. Okay, now I know you're speaking on the condition of anonymity. I get that. But you're saying that a legacy coach in Pat Fitzgerald, who is a legacy coach at Northwestern, by the way, failed by not stopping hazing, and then you have Pat Fitzgerald's account saying he didn't know the hazing was going on. I'm tending to lean toward Pat Fitzgerald, because if anybody would know that hazing is going on, it would be Coach Fitz.
If he knew something about it, he would do something about it. Yeah.
He would have done something about it the moment he got a clue. The moment he got a clue. And now you got the president of the university saying that he may have erred in his suspension. Because if Pat Fitzgerald did not know hazing was going on, I mean, still you suspended because it is under his watch. Okay?
Of course.
You still do that. You still follow the protocol.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
But you're going off of, and we don't know everything about what happened until the details come out. It's kind of like the Chicago Blackhawks story. But then
they don't either.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know what happened. Coach Fitzgerald, I'm going with Fitzgerald's innocence until I see otherwise.
Wise, what did we say about Jonathan Majors?
Oh, we didn't jump to no conclusions. We were like, we don't know, we don't got the facts. And to us, it was like just like that. It sounded fishy to us. We did not agree with the evidence. We didn't agree with what was said because it was a he said, she said stuff. And this is what's been going on. Is they jump to conclude. They say, "Oh, she has to be telling the truth," and we didn't believe that. We just didn't believe it. So in this case, listen,
it's something similar to me. Is happening here
to me.
well.
So if you really wanted to really expose it, come out and stop being anonymous.
Right.
And put some facts on the table.
100 Wise. Put your name on it. If there's something that's running afoul on the foot and you feel as though the program needs to go in the right direction, put your name on it. Come out and say it.
Yep.
Come on and say, my name is this and this happened.
You being anonymous, it could have been somebody in a disgruntled player that got cut.
It could definitely be that, but we don't know the identity of the player, nor do we know the specific identity of the allegations. Let me get this in. Looking for the best way to experience a vest? SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you use the code Snowman, you get $20 off of your first purchase. It's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan. Wise El Jefe joining us this morning. We're talking all things Northwestern football and Pat Fitzgerald. And Cole, you just said something that is so true. And Wise actually said it first, and Cole backed it up, and I'm backing it up. If there was hazing going on to the anonymous player who put this out there, who I believe just has an axe to grind with Northwestern football, put your name on it. Yeah. Put your name on the byline.
You know Pat Fitzgerald much better than Wise and I do. I know a little bit about him. I know that he was a former alum, and he's a former player, and basically he's considered one of the best players in Northwestern history. I know that. And he rose up the ranks as coaching, and now he's a coach. I haven't heard one bad word about this guy in the almost 30 years he's actually been a figure.
At Northwestern.
And that's what's crazy is we've never had these allegations about him before. This is the first time it's ever been said. So you telling me in the 30 years that he's been there, none of this, there's nothing has bubbled to the top. Nothing's come out until now. So that to me is leading to believe like, it's kind of suspect because
it is
all of a sudden now, after 30 years, only one player and he's anonymous. If you really truly feel that you are spreading the truth, you're saying the truth, come out. Listen,
identify yourself.
Such, yes. Yeah. I experienced this happened to me. Dates, time, everything. Because if that's the case, if you've experienced something like that, you know when it happened.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately,
you can put dates and times behind it in a blink. Anything that goes on bad in a man's life, and y'all use the hell out of this for mentality. Anything bad that goes on in a man's life, we remember all the details.
Mm-hmm. Date.
We remember two key things about anything bad that goes on in a man's life. And I want the men to listen carefully. Anything bad that goes on in a man's life, there are two things we remember about it: a date and a time.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not only a date and a time, but the entire incident, piece by piece, detail by detail. So if you want this puzzle to be put together, put the pieces together and put your name on it.
And stop acting like you're LaShawn McCoy having an axe to grind with Eric Bieniemy. Oh Lord, I said that out loud. I'm so sorry. My bad.
I saw that too.
But my name is Cole Johnson, Shady. I stand by that, sir.
My name is Brian Snow, and I stand by that.
Good Lord.
My name is Brian Snow, and I approve the message. Put your name on it. Quit being anonymous and put your name on it. If you want to call out Pat Fitzgerald and the Northwestern Wildcats, call them out with your name. Don't call them out or not. Give me this camera.
Anonymously.
If you want to call out Pat Fitzgerald by name, if you want to call out the Northwestern University football program, I, as a Northwestern fan and as a Wildcats insider for Snowman Multimedia, double dare you to put your name on it. Dates and times, incidents in specific detail. You want to call out the program? Put your name on it. Put some dates on it. Put some times on it. Okay? We don't know all the facts that come out because we don't know the inner workings of Northwestern University football. True, and very true. But if you're going to accuse the winningest coach in Northwestern history, a standout citizen from Chicago, Illinois, okay, playing at Sandburg High School, former Sandburg Eagle, and was the first player to win back-to-back Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year program. The other one was James Laurinaitis. Only two players in Big Ten history to do it. The first one was Pat Fitzgerald. If you're so sure about what happened in terms of hazing incidents and that Pat Fitzgerald didn't do nothing, I double dare you to prove it. Take the camera.
Wow.
I feel he should have the right to confront his accuser. So he should know who's accusing him of knowing and not doing anything about it.
I know
that's how I just feel. That's how I feel. If someone was attacking my credibility, I want to know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
You was bold enough to bring these allegations out. Be bold enough to let me confront. Let me know who you are.
You know, if that happened to me,
100, bro.
That happened to me, and it gave me a clue of who the person was. I'll relay this before we go to break. That happened to me in 2016. I beg your pardon. When I was covering Marquette Catholic in Michigan City, Indiana girls basketball. And we were in the midst of the state tournament. I had just concluded my coverage of the girls' state tournament. Now I'm on to the boys' state tournament, and they were in the opening round. Somebody called the IHSAA and said to them out loud that I had inappropriately touched two female students at the school. I want you to let I want y'all to let that sink in. The Marquette Catholic Blazer community since 2013 had fully embraced me because no one else had the balls to cover their teams, no matter what the sport. No one else had the balls to cover their team. WJLB came in and said we'll do it. But the athletic director came to me and said, no, I don't want them to do it. I want you to do it because I trust you. I worked with you before, and I know you will do an awesome job covering our teams. That first year, went to a state championship for boys basketball, won the thing. Next year, went back, lost to Bar Reed, but we played in the state championship. Third year, I focused on girls basketball. And then just as the playoffs were getting ready to get started, that happened. That happened. And you, give me the camera. And you know what this sumbitch did? Forgive me, Tom O'Boyle, please forgive me. You know what this guy did? After he reported the incident and it was brought to me and I, in essence, was suspended, the same guy who made the accusation called me and left the following message, and it said this. It said, quote, how'd that thing with the IHS AA go? That had to hurt. Don't be touching those girls no more. Close quote. That nearly wrecked my career. That nearly, and I say nearly wrecked my career. Every student, every parent, every administrator in that school defended me. The athletic director defended me. But the principal's punk ass wouldn't let me come back and call games for them. And that season resulted for the boys in another state title run, and I wasn't there, and I felt like I let them down. We still stay in contact to this day, me and the kids that were on that team. And they all promised me, if they ever have a reunion, I was their first call. So don't tell me men aren't under attack and falsely accused. It's the fishiest thing that can happen to a man, and now it's happening to Pat Fitzgerald. And again, I say to the person who wants to make the accusation, put your name on it. And to the person who made that call in 2016, I double dare you to face me. Because I'm looking in this camera and I'm telling you right now, you ain't got the balls to face me and retract your statement. It's unfortunate that that statement still follows me here in the state of Indiana, which is one reason why Jody suggested to me that I never do high school sports again. And I'm going to take that suggestion. Men are ruined on a daily basis. Excuse me. Men's reputation are ruined on a daily basis. And they get no vengeance for it. And by vengeance, I mean no truth is told about incidents that happen. The truth doesn't come out. They just believe the accuser, the person, they just believe the accusation and the person who's doing the accusing without damn proof. And we're sick of it. We are three men here, and I'm speaking on behalf of Wise and Cole and Victor and every other man that's been through a situation like this, small or large. We're sick of it. And now we are responding. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I'm in another lane. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you could never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing next-level pro wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
PK Tire Pros, your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
Cause we take this job so serious.
The f is that?
10 a.m.
Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
It most certainly is your mid-morning sports extravaganza, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold hard facts. And you just had to slip that in there, didn't you?
Yes.
You just had this. I'm sitting here cooling off, letting the steam roll out of my ears. We're toward the end of the commercial, and I just hear, damn! Damn it! You!
Oh, man.
You!
I figured you needed a laugh, so I had to put.
I did. Attention sports fans looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride. Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit the Snowman Multimedia Sports website today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams. From jerseys to hats, accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Fanatics officially licensed everything. We continue hour 2 here on Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and I turn to my executive producer because there's a story you gave me from the New York Times, and it reads as follows. Their sports department sent a letter to its leadership Sunday demanding answers about this section's future concerns. It will get shut down as the newspaper continues to merge The Athletic into its sports coverage. A letter obtained by the Washington Post was sent to executive editor Joseph Kahn and chairman of the New York Times Company, A.G. Sulzberger. It says, quote, for 18 months, the New York Times has left sports staff twisting in the wind, the letter stated. We have watched the company buy a competitor with hundreds of sports writers and weigh decisions about the future of sports coverage at the Times without, in many instances, so much as a courtesy call, let alone any solicitation of our expertise. The company's efforts appear to be coming to a head, with the Times pursuing a full-scale technological migration of The Athletic to the Times platforms and the threat that the company will effectively shut down our section. Close quote. Yikes.
Now,
what the hell is that?
Doesn't this setup remind you of another?
Too many of them.
Well, definitely, it chiefly reminds all of us of the ESPN relationship with not just ABC, but Disney.
Where worst kept secret in the world.
Where ABC Sports had their own department, and it was actually one to be envied.
It was thriving.
I mean,
it was absolutely thriving.
All you had to do was name two things that was birthed from ABC Sports, which is Monday Night Football and the Wide World of Sports.
Mm-hmm.
And many sports programming drew from both of those programs to do their own broadcasts better.
CBS
and I mean from
Sports,
CBS and NBC.
CBS Sports Saturday, NBC Sports World. They all drew from the model of ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Mm-hmm. You know, so here we are, middle of the 2000s.
Yep.
And we look up and we see ESPN on an ABC sports broadcast of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, huh? What?
Yeah.
And so in the following 20 years, you have actually seen ABC slowly disintegrate itself out of putting ABC on anything sports and saying, "Oh, ESPN, you are the arbiters of sports. You can broadcast everything, and we will roll out the red carpet for you to broadcast it. Because after all, you all know sports more than we do and better than we do, and you cover it better than we do."
And my question is, how? Just how?
So with this deal, I mean, the New York Times is one of the biggest papers. I mean, at worst, one of the biggest papers in the world.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate this report, it comes more than a year after they acquired The Athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And they paid $550 million for it.
$550 million.
550. Yep. And
$550 million. No.
Mm-hmm. And the CEO of New York Times, and the CEO of New York Times said that The Athletic would exist as a standalone product. Again, does this remind you of something?
May I say repeat your last line again about the acquisition?
So the CEO, Meredith Kopik-Levien, of the New York Times, she said in the statement that The Athletic would exist as a standalone product, and it would offer extensive sports coverage. But the standalone product
I have 4 words to this standalone product part. Who told this lie?
Mm-hmm.
Who told this lie?
Yeah. Because guaranteed, the New York Times will influence how The Athletic will govern, and vice versa.
They haven't done it already.
Right. And vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is what gets tricky. Now, I get that you have people who are on these sports staffs.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that they want to really have an idea as to what is going to go on in their future. But considering that I work with a national media company,
mm-hmm.
I can already tell you the answer to that question. And the answer to that question is, you won't find out until either you get the pink slip or you see your compadres get the pink slip.
Yep.
Because what you don't really get, and what you have to understand, is that the people in the ivory tower, they can call the shots when they want to call it, how they want to call it, and dictate when they want to call it.
I have 3 letters that it reminds me of. The mess with WGN and the Chicago Tribune, because the Tribune and WGN have been joined at the hip for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I was about to say that they probably joined the hip when we were children, and long before then.
Long before that, and then I see rumblings in 2015 moving away from Cubs baseball, moving away from WGN, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, what the hell are you? And then the Marquee Sports Network shows up, and I was I was done after that. In fact, I had a friend who lives in Michigan City contact me and say, how can I get the Marquee Sports Network? Which kind of made me smile because he trusted my opinion in sports more than any of the bigwigs that he tried to contact several times. But at the same time, we're seeing mergers like this all over the place. And you brought up the perfect example when the worst kept secret ESPN joining Disney showed up, and the best way I can describe it is the words that you used, Cole. It was a very slow burn.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on right now at the New York Times. It's a very slow burn.
Yeah.
And the inferno won't happen until everyone at the New York Times who covered sports for many years is getting a pink slip in their pay stub.
I hate to say that, but that is
I
exactly
hate
what's
to
going
say
happen.
it. I hate to. It's probably happening right now with them acquiring the Athletic. Think about it: 550 million buccarinis.
So you can tell. So you know this is an investment and a half.
This
They're going to
is
sink more than $500 million.
This is a lifetime invest. You're going to sink $500 million into the Athletic, which was fledgling at best.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, here comes the New York Times to roll out the red carpet to sink their teeth into the Athletic, which I think in 2 years or less will be swallowed up. And lo and behold, the originals of the New York Times that are there now will be ushered out. The Athletic will get swallowed up. You won't see the brand anymore. And lo and behold, they have a brand new sports department. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen at the Score in Chicago. I've seen it happen at WGN. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. For many years, I covered sports in the third largest market in the country.
Yep.
At all levels, not just high school levels where I did play-by-play. I covered the Bulls. I covered the Blackhawks. I covered the White Sox. I did that. And I've seen it. Because for the last 10 years, the four major teams were hopping around different radio stations. And that all started in 2006 when the White Sox moved from ESPN 1000 to WSCR. I've seen it happen. The Athletic has just been bought out. They're going to get bought the hell up because, as Cole said, this is $500 million. The other half will come next year. Watch this. The other half will come next year. Then the Athletic brand is going to get swallowed up, and the Athletic's going to stand on its own. Baloney. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. The Athletic is going to get swallowed up after it. Let me repeat what I said. Within 2 years, the Athletic is going to get swallowed up. They're going to merge everybody into the New York Times, and lo and behold, you have a newer, younger sports coverage team. And with the originals that were there, the hell with them. Usher them out with pink slips or retirement or whatever or what the hell ever. A forced retirement at that. A very forced retirement.
And then they'll be rechristened the new New York Times Sports Division
with a different brand and a different logo and everything. Because the iconic logo that you see right now across the back of the paper, you will not see that anymore. Watch. Within 2 to 3 years. We got to get some notes.
Yes, sir.
Jay Spivey joins us for some Spivey notes, and it's presented our guest line presented by Invader Coffee. You're ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion with Invader Coffee. It's caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines, exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion, and if you use the code Snowman, you get 15% off of your first order. Jay Spivey now joins us. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, my friend?
Doing well.
Good. All right, let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and do this. How come certain networks did not speak a word? And yes, I am taking a direct shot at a couple of the networks I'm very familiar with. How come networks didn't cover the Major League Baseball draft?
It's summer. They would rather cover Victor Wembanyama playing a summer league game.
Well, I mean, he's right.
Yeah, he is.
100% correct.
Yeah, he is.
One of the networks you're talking about, which covered both last night, really showed zero respect to said draft, which they covered themselves last night.
Yep.
They would rather show Victor playing a summer league game in the middle of July.
I was watching the Major League Baseball draft right after I did my game yesterday with the Diamondbacks and the Pirates, and I want to go back to what we had talked about, the premise that you, Cole, and I, Jay, have talked about, and something that is so very true. There are networks that just don't care about baseball anymore, and it's sad.
Again, the same network there were two networks that covered it live last night.
Mm-hmm.
One only showed the first round.
What?
Yeah, and I believe that's the four-letter word network that you're talking about.
Yep.
They only showed the first round last night and proceeded to speak nothing but analytics all night long about said draft and why certain players were this and that and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And they proceeded to go on, just like we were talking last week. And I'll use the Wake Forest example.
All right.
Rhett Lauder, who was number 7 pick last night from Wake Forest by the Reds. They said the reason he went as far down as 7 is because he only throws 94 miles an hour instead of 98.
Well, what are we talking about?
What difference does that make?
What are you talking? What did we talk about, Jay?
What's the best example we use? Greg Maddox.
Todd would not have made this year's draft, probably.
Mm-hmm.
He probably
because
would not have draft.
Because they don't hit
if you don't hit the gun at 95 or higher, you're considered as a pitcher, and I think that's ridiculous.
And Maddox and Glavine were two of the greatest pitchers to ever pitch.
Yes,
and bring back
rarely did they ever hit above 90.
And to bring back something. To bring back something that Jay said, today's pitchers do not know how to pitch. They know how to throw, but they don't know how to pitch. They don't know how to pitch.
I'll go another thing they were talking about last night. I'm a Braves fan. The Braves number one pick. The Braves number one pick was a starting pitcher from Florida.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There you go.
They said the Braves reached on him because his spin rate is not high enough.
Reach? You need arms. Doggone it.
Spin rate is not good enough.
Who cares? You need arms, doggone it.
What are these scouts?
If you're going to compete for World Series titles, just as the Houston Astros, you need arms. You need pitchers. Because no one knew, and Cole, this one's for you, until the end of the 2022 World Series. And I want y'all to think about this. No one knew who the hell Framber Valdez was.
Nope.
No.
Until
now
the
they want
postseason.
Yeah. Now they want somebody like him. Yes.
They want somebody like Framber Valdez.
Well, let's get on
the track. Combine throwing hard with throwing curves. They want somebody like him.
Since you brought that up, the prevailing opinion last night is that the Pirates made a mistake on number 2. Now, I generally agree with what most draft analysts believe is that traditionally a field player is a better draft pick than a pitcher. Generally, however, a pitcher like Paul Skeens does not come around quite often.
No.
So if you're a team like the Pirates, and you're kind of on the verge of playoffs, even though they slipped the last couple of weeks,
right?
You're probably a year or two away from being pretty good because their farm system's pretty good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not draft a kind of a once in a lifetime pitcher like Paul Skeens?
And it's
still a Dylan
wonderful
Cruz,
question,
who was his teammate at LSU.
Analytics, man. It's like you said, Jay. They're leaning
He
on
could
analytics.
probably pitch.
Not...
He could probably pitch for the Pirates as early as next season.
Yep. They're leaning on analytics and not leaning on they're not leaning
their
on
eyes.
natural ability.
I follow the draft pretty closely.
Yeah, what they actually can
they
see.
kept debating on who the Braves are going to draft.
Mhm.
And they said, well, there's a shortstop who went to the same high school as Matt Olson and Jeff Francoeur. And I said, they're not going to draft a shortstop.
No,
I'll
they're not.
guarantee they're going to draft a pitcher.
They drafted a pitcher.
They had 3 draft picks last night, and all 3 of them were pitchers. That's what the Braves do.
All 3 of them were pitchers. And no one's talking about that except us. No one's talking about the Braves either.
The Braves do have the best record in baseball.
They have the best
Somebody knows what
record in
they're doing.
baseball. They have the best record in baseball, and they're an afterthought.
Yeah, but hold on, Jay. Who has the best record in baseball?
That'd be the Braves.
You wouldn't think if I had the coverage, would you?
No.
Oh God, no.
Jay, what we talk
God,
about?
no.
Jay, what we talk about over the course of the weekend or over the course of last week? The selection that ESPN made of the games that they showed did not include the best team in baseball. None of them.
I still go back to last week.
Mhm.
Why on earth were the Mets and Giants on? That was a Sunday night game last week.
Yep.
Mets and Giants.
Yeah, it was.
And if you start the playoffs right now, neither one of them would be in the playoffs.
Neither of them. Meanwhile, you know what? I think there's only been one time that they showed the Atlanta Braves on Sunday Night Baseball, and they were playing the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, early in the season, they were on a couple times, but they are the best team in baseball now.
And they're not showing them. And they're not showing them at all.
Not giving a whiff.
None. Not a piece. Which is sad to me. Which is absolutely sad to me.
But we're dwell again, and whenever they play again, I am sure that I believe there's 7 more games left, or 6. The Yankees and Red Sox will be on all 6 times.
Yep.
And right now, both teams will be out of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We're dwelling on, I hear it every day, we're dwelling on the Padres and Mets, both of whom are absolutely horrible right now.
And the Padres were a flash in the pan last year.
Yeah.
Somehow they made a magical run. They got to the playoffs. They beat the big bad Dodgers, who I think will not be in the playoffs this year.
They would be. They are.
They beat the big bad Dodgers. They get in the National League Championship Series and they lose to Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is starting to get their act together.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego spent all this money on free agents and have gotten bupkis from them. Nothing.
If you went, as of yesterday was the end of the first half, well, of unofficial first half, because we're a little bit past halfway.
Mm-hmm.
As of yesterday, when everybody went off for the All-Star break, the top 4 payroll teams will not be in the playoffs.
Yep.
Yankees,
Red
Padres,
Sox,
Mets, and Phillies. All would be out of the playoffs right now. So you don't have to spend $1 gazillion to make the playoffs.
No, you don't.
Look at the Orioles. Look at Baltimore.
No,
they drafted. Have a great.
Baltimore is good, and they're going to be really good for a long time.
Listen, Baltimore's
going
to
get better. Baltimore is only going to get better.
And I know this is probably going to anger a lot of people. That is what the Astros did. They built in the farm
system. Absolutely.
And people were wondering, by the time we got around to 2017, they were like, this team actually can compete for a championship? We ain't know half these players.
And
we've been building a combination of both for like 4 or 5 years in the farm system.
They built a combination of both. They built up their farm system and added key players. When they
got to contend, when they got to contend, that's when, exactly, wise.
This is just the beginning.
That's when they started to add the free agents. Correct.
This is just the beginning for the Orioles. They got a ton of players coming up.
Yeah, they do.
Listen, believe me, I am.
And the other team to watch out for. The other team to watch out for is the Reds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the Reds are
loaded with talent.
Ellie Cruz to me right now is the man.
Ellie De La I love Shohei Ohtani, but De La Cruz is the best player in the game right now.
Oh, I'm loving Ellie De La Cruz. I love his fire, man. I love
his speed. Ellie De La Cruz has the whole package because anytime you can steal second, third, and home in a matter of 2 pitches, and Milwaukee was so dumb that the pitcher turned his back to a runner at third base. A right-handed pitcher.
Now that is stupid.
I know you're disgusted.
If he's left-handed, you can excuse it. A right-handed pitcher turning his back to a runner at third? Yeah.
I know you're disgusted because you allowed Ellie De La Cruz to swipe third base, but when you get the ball back, you don't turn your back on a runner on third base with that kind of speed.
Especially not him.
Especially not him. Especially not. You just don't do that. And what happens? And the strides on Ellie De La Cruz. Okay, all he needs is like 2 or 3 steps, and he's at full speed. Look at the way he swiped second. Look at the way he swiped second base against Milwaukee on Saturday. All he needed was 3 strides, and he was off to the races.
Well, this goes back to the new rules. People can whine. All the old timers can whine and complain about these new rules. It has helped baseball so much this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only the time the games are shortened, but it's so much more exciting, and there's actually movement this year.
Yeah,
they're stealing bases. They're doing hit and run. I even saw a bunt yesterday. I thought I'd never see a bunt again.
I never thought I'd see it either. I saw a couple of bunts yesterday in the game I did in Arizona. With Arizona and Pittsburgh.
The only problem I have with that is, to me, this renders the umpires moot, because they should have done what things like the pitch clock is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that too.
What they actually did, and I guess it was the Futures game the other day, they used a modified version of a plate umpire in the computer the other day.
See?
Let's face it.
See?
Plate umpires are going away. Within a couple of years, plate umpires will be no more.
Mm-hmm.
I think there might be a plate umpire to just call whether you're out or safe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for the most part, plate umpires are done.
Which is sad to me because they're such an integral part of the game, and then technology got involved. The pitch clock got involved.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a minor league game on actually 4th of July night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just amazing how quickly the game moves, and it went 14 innings, and it's still just a little over 3 hours.
Yeah, to play 14 innings. To play 14 innings. That's crazy. The game I did yesterday was played in 2 hours and 29 minutes.
Yeah, that's about the average these days.
Yeah, they have shaved a half hour off of the.
Even high scoring games or games where a lot of walks or hits, they're still going by pretty quickly.
They're still going by fast. Even a lot of those games are under 3 hours.
I mean,
even
whether you like him,
games under 3 hours.
Whether you like him or not, a lot of this has come from Theo Epstein, who was kind of the driving force behind the Red Sox and the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy knows what he's doing.
He does.
He does. He does.
I never said he's clueless. That dude does know what he's doing. I mean, heck, if he's able to get a Cubs a championship and the Red Sox a championship, what can he
break
say?
2 curses?
After years and years,
he broke 2 curses.
He broke 2 curses.
Yeah,
he broke 2 curses, and they were 2 of the most long-standing curses in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he won't ever have to buy a meal ever in Boston and Chicago.
Ever.
Ever.
Especially in Chicago, the entire North Side bows at the feet of Theo Epstein.
Of course they do.
They should. As they should.
I mean, brought them the only championship they've experienced in 115 years. So I think they should too.
They should erect the statue in the North Side for them.
Look what they've done since then. I don't want to hear the Cubs.
Not a thing.
Not a doggone thing.
The Cubs act like they're actually, the Red Sox are doing the same thing.
Yeah, they are.
They both sometimes act like small market teams when neither one of them are even remotely small market.
Not
exactly. And with Epstein, he brought Boston 3 titles. I beg your pardon, 3. 2004, 2007, and 2013.
Yep, correct.
And he broke the Cubs curse. And tomorrow I will explain about that particular night. That's Jay Spivey joining us on the Invader Coffee guest line with some Spivey notes. And yes, we do talk a lot of baseball on this program. Thank you, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I should be ashamed of myself that I could say Beniquez, Bianca, Lotta, Balboni, and Quisenberry
without even blinking.
Without even blinking. Let's get on out of here. Have a great day, y'all. God bless. And remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
then they're simply not big enough.
Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
See ya.